Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. It's time for another best of best or worst of worst with Dominic and I. So since it's right now we're recording this, it's June 30th, probably be posted tomorrow, July 1st. So what a better time to post the top three and the bottom three movies from the first half of this year. I know you're all excited and you can't wait. We decided we're going to start with the top three. I'm stumbling all over the place. It's been a while. But before we do that, I want to welcome Dominic to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Again, reoccurring visitor. Dominic, thanks for coming.
Thanks, Jeff. I really enjoyed doing Kimmel's Irish Pub. I really appreciate you taking the time to. We're doing this together.
All right, awesome. Yeah, so appreciate everybody joining, watching this video. Watch it to the end. Let us know what your top three were or where our top three fell within your first half of 2025. If we align, if we don't. But hopefully, and let us know if you like these. We continue to make them. So hopefully people enjoy it. All right. So Dominic, let's start. You have your top three, maybe an honorable mention. I don't know. But we're going to start with you. We're going to go from the bottom up to the top. So you start.
Quick honorable mention. There was a movie that came out a little while ago. It was called The Working Man, starring Jason Statham and Michael Pena, directed by David Ayer. I mean, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I know a lot of his movies are pretty similar, Jason Statham, but this one was pretty good. It was, maybe a notch below The Beekeeper, but I really liked The Working Man. I thought it was a good one there. Matter of fact, I watched it recently, so I'd give that a thumbs up. So that's a quick honorable mention.
Nice.
Now,
Very good.
number
Go ahead.
three, Working Man. So number three for my, top three movies of the first half of 2025. I have a little bit of a minority opinion on this movie. You might have some people throwing tomatoes at the screen, but I'm just going to come out and say it. I liked Snow White.
Okay.
Snow White, starring Rachel Ziegler and Gal Gadot, and directed by Mark Webb. I really like Snow White. I did not think it was a perfect film by any stretch of the imagination. Some of the acting was way over the top. Um, the way that the evil queen was taken down was way too quick. There was a lot of meandering in the forest. But overall, I thought that it worked. I really liked Rachel in the role. I thought that Gal ate up the scenes and she did a fantastic job dancing around and singing, and she loved every moment of it. The song with the Seven Dwarfs I thought was great. Again, the two stars of the movie said some pretty off the wall things and have some pretty crazy, views on a number of things. But I enjoyed it. To me, it was a quality family film. Perfect it was not, but I give it a thumbs up. It's good enough to be number three for the top half of 2025. It bombed. It lost a lot of money. It was critically panned, but I thought it was pretty good. I give it a thumbs up. I stand behind Snow White.
Nice. Now, I have not seen Snow White, so I've heard from my mother-in-law. She was probably throwing tomatoes at the screen right now. Not a big fan of it. And then I think on IMDb, it's like rated at 1.89. Like I've never seen a movie rated that low. Like usually movies like that are impacted by politics or something like that. Like they're pro whatever you're not. And so people rate the movie so much lower. So I haven't seen it, but. Might have to make it a point if it's in your top three of 2025. And I have kids, so they might want to see it. Cool. All right. All right. Well, thank you for that. I'm not going to include an honorable mention. I'm going to jump right into my three. So the way my list actually breaks down, it makes it fun. And the way I've done it always is by sorting by my IMDb ratings, right, for 2025 from first half. And the number one movie that I have, which I'm not mentioning right now, is an 8. Then everything else is a 7. So I have to go through all my 7s, decide which one do I want. And I was going to do it off just the way it shows up on IMDb. I don't know what's the tiebreaker to make that. But then as I was scrolling, I looked at it and I was like, you know what? This one's definitely going to be my number 3. And it was and I don't know, I really enjoyed this movie for some reason. I think part of the fact is that it was an Apple TV movie. I love the fact that these streaming services are creating their own movies with, good stars in them, I think, so I really enjoy that because it helps people, watch a movie. They subscribe to Netflix or Apple TV. They can watch that movie anytime. So that might have a little bias in it. But I just thought it was a lot of fun. It was directed by Scott Derrickson, and had Miles Teller in it and Anna Taylor-Joy and then Sigourney Weaver as well. That movie was The George. I just thought it was a lot of fun watching them communicate from across the gorge. And then, like they're two hired assassins there for the same purpose, fall in love, then have to, the movie evolves. I don't want to go into too much detail, but I like those two characters. I liked what they were able to do without being able to interact directly with each other. You can actually feel the relationship build, even though they're not even in front of each other, and then it blossoms into, what it blossoms into. So again, I like them. I like both actors, and I thought they did a good job, and the fact that it was pretty much free. So The Gorge makes number three for me.
I did not see that, but I mean that's a good Anna Taylor-Joy is hard to go wrong. In many ways,
Yes.
it's hard to go wrong with Anna Taylor-Joy.
Nice. All right. Go to your number two.
So I know that I think I saw your review on this one recently, and we're definitely on different sides on the spectrum of the fence on this one. Clown in the Cornfield. I really liked Clown in the Cornfield, starring Katie Douglas, Kevin Durant, who often does comedy, and Will Sasko, who does comedy, and directed by L. Craig. I really like Clown in the Cornfield. I just like them running around that small town and the clowns in the cornfield and them harassing them, that little Dinah. And I mean, I'm a big, big fan of Katie Douglas. I might or might not have a huge crush on Katie. And I just thought it was a really good. I like horror movies. It just balanced between horror and comedy well. Now, in your critique, you said that, and I agree with you, but I'm able to let it go. I'm able to just roll with it. Why the clowns were in the cornfield, it really fell apart. It didn't really make sense at all. But I was able to just shrug it off and say, I really don't care. I just like the movie anyway. Especially when Will Sago and Katie and kind of electrocuted him and he just was finished. I think it was Will who she electrocuted, and the whole thing. I just liked it a lot. I can't wait for it to come to streaming and give it another watch. Clown in the Cornfield. But like you
Yeah,
said, I could see someone going the other way and saying, why the clowns are in the cornfield didn't make any logical or reasonable sense and say this whole thing is just a house of cards.
right. Okay. Fair. Yeah, no, I like that. What else was she in?
She was in a lot of movies. She was in a movie called Believe Me. She was in a lot of other movies that came to Lifetime.
Okay. Okay. Believe Me is the one where like she was kidnapped or something like that.
Kidnapped, yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, I knew her from somewhere, and I do like her. I liked her a lot, but yeah, that one. I had and that's one of the ones I went in a little bit higher expectations for some reason, and then I just kind of I don't know fell flat on that one. But that's fair, man. Number two for you, Clown in the Cornfield. All right, number two for me, which I don't know. Again, it made seven for me. It's a 7.7 on IMDb. And if you've seen my review, hopefully if people who are watching this, you've seen some of my reviews. This one was directed and written by Ryan Coogler, I think as you say. Michael B. Jordan steals the show in this. It has Haley Seinfeld in it, or Haley, yeah, I think that's her name, right? Haley, whatever. Josh Allen's wife. She's in it. And watching it in the beginning, the movie's called Sinners, right? And watching it in the beginning, I was like, okay, it's Dusk Till Dawn, with George Clooney and Selma Hayek is in that one. That one was good. That's what I felt this one was. But then when you put it all together and you make it through the 2 hour movie and you see the whole reason this is happening, it makes it so much like more meaningful. I thought they did a good job. Like again, if they would have just ended it without showing the underlining plot from everything that's going on, I think it would have fell flat. But once you piece it all together, I really enjoyed it and thought, okay, that was pretty neat on everything that went down. So I think Sinners for me, number two overall in 2025.
I haven't caught Sinners yet. It was just in the movie theater for a little while, and I meant to see it, and I guess I was a little bit off put because it's a little bit on the longer side. I don't like to sit in a movie theater that long. Catch it when it comes on streaming. I believe it or not, I think it comes on Max or HBO Max or whatever this week. So I plan to watch it
Nice.
soon. But yeah, I know it was pretty lauded. It was definitely praised. So I'm gonna give Sinners a try.
All right. All right. What's your number? We're on your number one, right?
My number one, just three. So my number one was actually Flight Risk, starring Mark Wahlberg. Michelle Dockery and Topher Grace, and directed by Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson. Flight Risk. I thought it was, I guess I was in a good mood when I saw it. I thought that it was, a good thriller. I thought it was kind of a bottleneck movie. There were really only three actors in it and just people who they were calling on the phone. I thought that Mark Wahlberg really ate up the scenes and was really into it. I'm a Topher Grace fan, and I just liked it. Like little movie on an airplane, like almost like sort of an old school Twilight Zone in a way. And not exactly, but like an old school type of thriller. It worked out pretty well. I enjoyed Flight Risk. I liked it.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed it too. Doesn't make my top three, but that's okay. It was still good. I loved Mark Wahlberg's character, and I said this again, and I think I said it to you before. I'd love to see them do a prequel. Where did this guy come from? Where did this character come from? Like he alludes to his past a little bit, you know, but I'm like, I wish Mel Gibson would reach out to me and be like, "Look, we want to build a prequel. What are your ideas?" That's that. I always wish that in Kimmel's Irish Pub, somebody would be like, "Hey, he's got some good ideas. Why don't we reach out to him and see if he could help us write a prequel?" That'd be
I
awesome.
mean, really quick, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. I wish that Mark didn't die at the end. I mean, I just felt like there was more story to tell, or maybe, like I said, a prequel, or I mean, he's gone, so he can't do a sequel, I guess. But it just felt like there was more. It felt like there was more, and I wanted more.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was thinking the end of it was him gonna be like disguised as like an ambulance person or something like that, and he walks away and she sees him. You know what I mean? And she can't do anything about it, and he just rides off into the distance. But no.
A really quick aside, some of these movies end so abruptly. The movie just ended. I mean, sometimes the movie just ends so abruptly. I don't get it.
Yeah, yeah. I think people like they have a time frame, or it's just like you got to be
They
out of
run
the
out of reels. They run out of film or something. It just ended. I
right.
mean,
That's it. All right. My number one. Oh, where'd it go? Here it is. Okay, this one, number one. Now this one you might have seen, because it does fit your timeline or your time barriers. An hour and 33 minutes, but it's an hour and 33 minutes of pure excitement, edge of your seat, whatever you want to call it. You're constantly watching and engaged. Like some movies that are an hour and a half, they feel like 3 hours because you're not entertained. This keeps you on the edge of your seat the entire time. It is based on a true story. This is out now that you can watch it on different streaming places. Now, Alex Parkinson was the director. Mitchell LaFortune was the writer, and it stars Woody Harrelson, Simu Liu, and Finn Cole. And the movie's called Last Breath. And again, based on a true story about I don't know, I don't want to say marine divers, but people who go down deep into the ocean to do all this kind of stuff, like which is just doesn't sound fun. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking for work, but I don't think I would take that up. I don't think I would be like all the way at the bottom, like investigating the Titanic or whatever and floating around down at the bottom of the ocean. No, thank you. But this was really, really good. And that was the one I gave an 8 for. Hour and 33 minutes of pure excitement, and then a great ending that I thought it was the best film I've seen so far this year.
good. I'll be honest with you, I've never even really heard of that. I mean, I got to give that a try.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, definitely check that out. Hour and 33 minutes. It's a great watch. I think you'll really enjoy it.
Okay. Yeah, I like it.
All right. Well, there you go. I like it when our lists don't overlap. Now people have 6, 7 movies that they think that we thought were good in 2025. So you have 7 movies to add to your watch list, and then tell us what you think. If you've already seen them, put it in the comments. Tell us if we're right, if we're wrong, and what you did and did not like about our list. But that's it. And also, not stick around, but check out the other video, which will come out at some point. The bottom 3 of 2025. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.